Hades' next underworld improvement? He made it a lot easier for spirits of the dead to find their way to Erebus. He convinced Hermes, the messenger god, to keep a lookout for lost souls on the mortal side of the Styx. If Hermes saw any ghosts who looked confused, he would steer them in the right direction and provide them with a handy color map, compliments on the underworld chamber of commerce. Once the souls of the dead made it to the river Styx, the diamond Charon would ferry them across for a standard fee of 1 silver coin. Hades had convinced him, threatened him, to charge everyone the same price. Hades also spread the word to the mortals up above that they'd better take their funeral rites seriously, or else they wouldn't be allowed into the underworld. When you died, your family was supposed to make offerings to the gods. They had to give you a decent burial and place a coin under your tongue so you could pay Charon. If you didn't have a coin, you'd end up haunting the mortal world as a ghost forever, which was both pointless and boring. How did Hades spread the word among the mortals? He had this army of black-winged nasties called Oneori, or dream demons, who visited the mortals while they slept, delivering visions of nightmares. Ever had one of those dreams where you wake up startled because you felt like you were falling? That's one of the Oneori messing with you. They probably picked you up and dropped you just to be mean. Next time it happens, smack your fist on the floor and yell, "Hades, tell your stupid diamonds to knock it off!" Another upgrade Hades made. He tightened security around the gates of Erebus. He went down to the Tartarus Humane Society and adopted the biggest, baddest dog that you can imagine, a monster named Cerberus, who was sort of a cross between a pit bull, a Rottweiler, and a rabid woolly mammoth. Cerberus had 3 heads, so if you were a mortal hero trying to sneak up on Hades' realm, or a dead person trying to sneak out, you had 3 times the chance of getting spotted and devoured. And in addition to razor-sharp fangs and claws, Cerberus supposedly had the mane made out of snakes and a serpent for a tail. I can't vouch for that. I only met Cerberus once. It was dark, and I was mostly focused on not whimpering or wetting my pants. Anyway, once the departed spirits got inside the gates, they were sorted out by 3 dead celebrity judges and ushered to the proper places. Like I said earlier, most people hadn't really done much with their lives, good or bad, so they ended up in the fields of Ephemeral. There they existed as wispy shadows that could only chitter like bats and float around aimlessly, trying to remember who they were and what they were doing. Sort of like teachers during the first period, before they've had enough coffee. If you had led a good life, you went to Elysium, which was about as nice as you could get in the dark underworld. You got a mansion of your own, free food and drinks, and pretty much 5-star service whenever you needed. You could hang out with the other lucky good people and chill for eternity. If Elysium got boring, you could choose to drink from the river Lethe and be reborn into a new mortal life. A few souls were so good that they managed to live 3 virtuous lives in a row. If that was you, you could retire to the Isles of Blessed, which were Caribbean-type private islands in a lake in the middle of Elysium. Not many people were that lucky or that virtuous. It was sort of like winning the good person Powerball lottery. If you lived an evil life, you got the special naughty treatment, boiling in oil forever, having your skin flayed, getting chased by hungry demons over a field of broken glass, or sliding down a giant razor blade into a pool of lemon juice. You know, the usual. Most of the punishments weren't very creative, but if you managed to really annoy Hades, he could always come up with new and interesting ways to torture your immortal soul. A couple of examples? Tantalus. That dude was messed up. He was a Greek king, a son of Zeus, no surprise, who got invited to share ambrosia and nectar on Mount Olympus with the gods. Big honor, right? But Tantalus got greedy. "Wow," he said after dinner, patting his belly, "that's good stuff. Could I get a doggy bag to share with my friends back home?" "Holy me," Zeus swore. "Absolutely not. This ambrosia and nectar's rare and magical stuff. You can't go sharing it with just anybody." "Oh," Tantalus forced a smile. "Of course. I see how it is. Well, next time, dinner at my place, huh?" Tantalus should have let it go. He should have remembered what happened to Prometheus when he tried to take stuff from the gods and share it with the mortals. But Tantalus was angry. He felt insulted. The gods did not trust him. They didn't want him to become famous as the mortal who brought ambrosia to earth. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. He invited the gods to a feast at his palace. But to get them back, he decided he would serve them the most insulting meal he could think of. He just wasn't sure what. He was standing in his kitchen staring at empty cooking pots when his son Pelops walked in. "What's for dinner, Dad?" Pelops asked.